let's talk screens and teens, or screens and pre-teenagers, or screens and little ones, and summertime. So you have more time in your hands, your kids are maybe home a lot longer time periods, and now you've got to address the whole thing with screens and how you're going to do that this summer. If that is what you want to talk about, you need some tips and ideas that's going to make your summer more pleasant and peaceful. I've got some for you. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Nancy Marie Peterson. I've been a mom for 3 decades. I have 6 diversely different kids, and I have to be honest, raising my oldest child and raising my youngest now, the world is so much just diversely different, and I have to approach parenting different. So screens were a little bit different when I had 6 kids and there was a lot of energy in the house as opposed to just having one child in the house. But I created a video last year, and you can check it out, about 3Bs before screens. And I reviewed it again this summer. I was just coming up with ideas of how I want my summer to look. And it was really good. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. But I really felt like it was missing something. And so that's what I'm going to supplement that whole video with adding on to it. So if you haven't watched the video, which you should, let me just recap it just briefly for you. I talked about 3Bs before screens. And so I came up with a contract, kind of boundaries of what they need to have done before they can jump on and do screens, whether that's video games or FaceTiming someone or calling someone or texting or whatever it looks like. So I came up with boundaries for us as a family. These are valuable to me. Now you can come up with your own. And in the description, I will have some tools for you as well. But the first one for us, it was 3Bs in my other video I talked about, and I'm going to add the 4th one on this one. But the 3Bs were, the first one was Bible. It's important in our family that we start with Bible, that we read either a verse, depending on how old they are. Maybe they're itty bitties and you read a verse to them or a chapter to them. Some kind of Bible is incorporated into their morning before they jump on screen. So the first one is Bible. The second one is their bedroom. I require them to have a clean bedroom because it gives me more peace, but it has to be resembled somewhat picked up and clean, bed made before screens. And the third one was their brain. They needed to engage their brain. They needed to do something, whether it was reading a book or creating something or building something that engaged learning. So that's what I put together in the 3Bs, and I had a handout for you and everything. It was really good. And as I watched it, I thought, you know what, I think I need to add something. And so this summer I'm adding a 4th B, which is your body. So this can look any diversely different ways, but it could be your body in the sense of eating healthy. So they need to put something healthy in their body. Maybe it's their vitamins. Maybe it's working out or going out or playing outside and doing something or exercising or stretching or doing something that requires their body to move, climbing, skating, riding a bike, whatever that looks like, going for a run or a jog. Or for us, one of the best investments we made over the years was a trampoline. My kids played on that thing forever and they all loved it. And so that was a great resource for us as a family that allowed them to go outside and play. So those are the 4Bs before screens. Now, the whole point of this is creating a frictionless, or a little bit less, maybe not eliminate it, but a little less friction when it comes to screen times and summers. You have more time on your hands. Your kids have more time on their hands. And so they are around more. And so you might be kind of figuring out, how do we do this and do this well? Because we don't want our kids sitting all summer long on a chair, on the bum, in front of a screen. We don't want that. And I don't want that. You don't want that. So come up with some kind of parameters or boundaries. The best way to do this, depending on what their age is, if they're a little bit older, is bring them into the conversation. Say, hey, I want you to be able to enjoy some of these things, but I also want to have some ideas that before you get to your screen. So come up with your boundaries. So maybe you want to say you need to eat your breakfast first, or you need to do your Bible first, or you need to have your bedroom clean, whatever it looks like. Have them kind of brainstorm. What are some things that you think are reasonable to have done before you jump on screens? When they're engaged in it and they have buy-in, they're more apt to follow it. So if you can pull them into the conversation, pull them into the conversation. But come up with a contract, an idea, some boundaries that are going to be placed in your house so they know what the expectation is and you know what the follow-through will be when the expectation is or isn't met. So those are some tools and some helpful ways that you can really manage screen time in the summertime, getting them outside. It does take a lot more work for you as a mom to get them off screen, because if they sit on their screen, that means I have a plethora of time to do what I need to get done, and they're not bugging me or they're not needing anything, and they can get sucked in. And that's not what we want for our kids. We want our kids to be creative and have a lot of ideas. And I have another video that you can check out, some family fun ideas that you can do for your summer that is going to really help you and launch you to do even your summer stronger and better. And check that video out if you haven't already. Check that video out because it's got some really good tips and ideas. But I really feel like when you sit down and you come up with a plan for your summer, whether it's screens or whatever it is for you, it will really help lessen the friction and bring more excitement and passion into your summers, and just more a bonding time, because they know what the expectation is. And you also need to say, what is the follow through? Will they lose screens if they don't follow through? And where's the grace, and how are you going to walk that out? It's so important to have these conversations with your kids, because as they're growing and they're learning to put parameters up, and I'm going to speak directly to you as a mom. Sometimes we need to put parameters and boundaries up for our screen times as well. We need to model this for our kids. If we want our kids to follow this guidelines, then we need to follow this guidelines. You need to come up with things that you're going to do before you hit your screens, whether it's social media or whatever it looks like. You want to model this, and you want to show the same behavior that you want out of them. So hopefully that's encouraged you. Hopefully I've given you some tools and some tricks and some ideas that will really help create a better summer. That screen less, not eliminated it completely, or maybe you want to eliminate it completely. Hats off to you. If you're a mama and you want to eliminate screens completely this summer, I am cheering you on. You go for it. It just isn't the reality in our household, but we do monitor it and we do want to lessen it. But we want to find balance as well. And so this allows me to put out some boundaries and us to talk about it, of what his life, I have one left at home right now, but what his life will look at this summer, and when are screens allowed and when they're not, and what are the boundaries, how many hours, how many minutes, what are the things he can do on it. If they're on YouTube, they have to mirror it and have it on the big screen where everybody can see it, and that screen should never be in their bedrooms. Like, there's a lot of different parameters on this, but you get to decide as a mom what works best for your family, what works best for your child, what is going to engage their creativity and spark them and help them grow and be productive, and how can you set those parameters up. And so that's just some tips and some tools, and that hopefully will encourage you and challenge you. And as always, mama, stay intentional, because it will make a big difference in your child's life as you stay intentional with all the learning, all the growing, all the things. And if you're proactive, you will have a way better relationship and a way better summer. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.